I'm holding my newborn daughter for the first time when my father leans in, looks at her face and whispers, "That's not your child." The room goes silent. My wife starts crying. Security is called. And what happened next? Changed my entire family forever. Because the DNA test results? Nobody saw that coming. My name is Marcus. I'm 29 years old, and up until 3 months ago, I thought I had the perfect life. I met my wife, Emily, 5 years ago at a coffee shop in Seattle. She's a pediatric nurse, blonde hair, blue eyes, the kindest person I've ever met. I'm African American, and honestly, our different backgrounds never mattered to us. We fell in love with who we are as people, not what we look like. Our families seemed supportive. My mom loved Emily from day one. My younger sister, Nia, was her bridesmaid. But my father was different. He was polite, cordial even, but there was always this distance, this coldness whenever Emily was around. "He'll come around," my mom would say. "Give him time." I thought time would help. I really did. Then Emily got pregnant. We were over the moon. Emily had a healthy pregnancy, and we spent 9 months preparing, painting the nursery, reading parenting books, arguing over baby names. We finally settled on Maya Rose Thompson. My family seemed excited too. Mom threw us a baby shower. Nia bought Maya her first teddy bear. Even my dad showed up to help me build the crib, though he barely said 10 words the entire time. But there was this one moment. I remember it clearly now, though I didn't think much of it at the time. We were looking at the ultrasound photos, and my dad said, "You know, babies can look like anyone. Sometimes they don't look like either parent." It was a weird comment, but I laughed it off. "As long as she's healthy, Dad, I don't care who she looks like." He just nodded and went back to building the crib. 3 weeks later, Maya was born, 7 pounds, 6 ounces. Perfect in every way. She had Emily's button nose, my mother's eyes, and the most beautiful head of light brown hair I'd ever seen. And she was fair-skinned, very fair-skinned. She looked just like Emily. The trouble started immediately. We were still in the hospital when my family came to visit. Mom cried happy tears. Nia took 100 photos. But my father, he stood at the doorway, staring at Maya with this expression I couldn't read. "She's beautiful," Emily said, glowing with new mother joy. "Do you want to hold her, Mr. Thompson?" My dad shook his head. "No, I'm good." That should have been my first red flag. Over the next 2 weeks, things got worse. My dad refused to visit. He wouldn't return my calls. When I finally drove to my parents' house to confront him, I found him sitting in his study with a stack of papers. "Dad, what's going on? Why won't you come see your granddaughter?" He looked up at me with hard eyes. "Is she my granddaughter, Marcus?" I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. "What are you talking about?" "Look at her, son. Look at that baby. She doesn't have one drop of black in her. She's white. Completely white. She's a newborn, Dad. Baby skin tones change. I wasn't born yesterday," he shouted, standing up. "I know what I'm looking at. That baby looks nothing like you. Nothing like our family. She looks 100% white." My hands started shaking. Are you suggesting Emily cheated on me?" "I'm not suggesting anything. I'm telling you what any person with eyes can see. You need to get a DNA test, Marcus. You need to know the truth before you waste your life raising another man's child." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Emily would never. Women lie, son. Even the nice ones. Especially the nice ones. Get the test. Prove me wrong. But until you do, I will not acknowledge that child as my granddaughter. I drove home in a daze. Emily knew something was wrong the moment I walked in. "Marcus, what happened?" I told her everything. Every horrible word. She went pale. Then she started crying, not gentle tears, but deep, body-shaking sobs. How could he think that? How could he say that about me? I held her, feeling rage and helplessness in equal measure. "He's wrong. He's completely wrong." "Then prove it," she said, pulling back. "Take the DNA test." "What?" "No, Emily, I don't need—" "Yes, you do." Her voice was firm despite the tears. Because until you do, this will hang over us forever. Your father will never accept Maya. He'll poison your whole family against us. And deep down, Marcus, deep down, you'll always wonder. I would never. You're already wondering. I can see it in your eyes. She was right. God help me, she was right. My father's words had planted this tiny seed of doubt, and I hated myself for it. The next day, I ordered a DNA test online. The kit arrived 2 days later. A simple cheek swab, one for me, one for Maya. The whole process took 5 minutes, but those 5 minutes felt like a betrayal. Emily watched me do it, her face blank. She didn't say a word. We sent the samples off and waited. The results would take 3 to 5 business days. Those were the longest days of my life. My mom called every day, trying to mediate. Your father loves you, Marcus. He's just old-fashioned. He's scared. Scared of what, Mom? Scared of losing you. Scared that you're being taken advantage of. He lost his own brother to a woman who wasn't faithful. It scarred him. That's not an excuse to accuse Emily. I know, baby. But try to understand where he's coming from. Nia was more direct. Dad's being a racist asshole, Marcus. Even if Maya wasn't biologically yours, which she obviously is, genetics don't make family. Love makes family, but the damage was done. Emily barely spoke to me. She'd feed Maya, change her, put her to sleep, all in complete silence. When I tried to help, she'd let me, but she wouldn't look at me. I didn't want to do this, I said one night. But you did it anyway, she replied, on the 5th day. I got the email, your results are ready. My hands shook as I opened it. Emily stood behind me, holding Maya. Probability of paternity, 99.99% Maya was mine. Of course she was mine. I turned to Emily, ready to apologize, ready to celebrate, but she wasn't smiling. I need you to send that to your father, she said quietly. And then I need you to make a choice. What choice? Me and Maya. Or him. Emily, that's not fair. Yes, it is. She was crying now. He accused me of the worst thing he could accuse me of. He called me a cheater and a liar. He rejected his own granddaughter because of the color of her skin. And you believed him enough to do this test. I had to clear the air. You had to? Or you wanted to? She shook her head. I can forgive the test, Marcus. I understand you were in an impossible position. But if you don't stand up to your father now, if you let this slide because he's family, then you're telling Maya that her grandfather's racism is acceptable? You're telling me that I'll never truly be part of your family. She was right, again. I forwarded the results to my father. Then I drove to his house. He was in his study again. He looked at me with something like disappointment. You got the test, he said. It wasn't a question. Yes, and? 99.99% match. Maya is my daughter. But you already knew that, didn't you? You just couldn't accept it because she doesn't look how you think she should look. He stood up. I was protecting you. No, you were protecting yourself. From what, Dad? From having a granddaughter who might not look black enough for your friends? From admitting that genetics are more complicated than skin color? Marcus, you don't understand? I understand perfectly. You want to know what I learned these past few days? I learned that Mom's side of the family has European ancestry. I learned that recessive genes can skip generations. I learned that my daughter's appearance is completely normal given our family genetics. But most importantly, I learned that you care more about appearances than you care about your own flesh and blood. That's not true, then prove it. Apologize to Emily, apologize to Maya. Come to our house and be the grandfather I know you can be, or what? Or you'll never see any of us again. The room went silent. You'd cut me out of your life over this? No, Dad, you cut yourself out the moment you looked at my innocent newborn daughter and saw a problem instead of a blessing. That was 3 months ago. My father never apologized? He sent one text. I stand by what I said. You'll understand when you're older. I blocked his number. My mom visits us every week. She adores Maya. Nia is the best aunt a kid could ask for. Emily and I are healing slowly, but we're getting there. Maya is 4 months old now. Her skin has gotten slightly darker, her hair a bit curlier. She has my smile, Emily's laugh, and her own unique, beautiful spirit. And you know what? It doesn't matter what she looks like. She's ours. She's perfect. And anyone who can't see that doesn't deserve to be in her life. I lost my father over this. And honestly, I don't regret it because I gained something more important, the knowledge that I'll always protect my family. No matter what, even from my own blood. Closing line, sometimes family isn't about blood. It's about who shows up with love. And sometimes the hardest part of being a parent is protecting your kids from the people who were supposed to love them unconditionally.